Hello, hello. Hi, welcome. Welcome to our Soul's Journey podcast. It is the beautiful podcast you are listening to right now. Hi, my name is Lola. I'm the creator and the host here of the podcast, and I just want to welcome you. I'm a tarot reader, I'm an empath, and I'm someone who's been in the spiritual space for about 10 years now, so I've seen many sides of it. I'm also someone who loves learning how to live a more, s- how do I say this? A more soul-led life. So, hi, welcome. The show's purpose is to help you become more comfortable with your spiritual journey. Yes, you. I'm looking at you. Because everyone's spiritual journey is unique to them. Everyone's spirituality is going to be different from everyone else's. It's all unique. And that's what this show is about. So welcome in, take a seat, grab your blanket, get in bed, and relax. Or continue your shopping, or grab a drink, or do whatever you want to do. But get into today's episode. I'm going to try something a little different. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's the one you're already on. It's Our Soul's Journey podcast. Click that little subscribe button right there. Thank you. And if you're on Spotify, go ahead and follow the podcast on Spotify as well. They are both available on Spotify and YouTube. And go ahead and comment your name. Comment your name so I can say hi to you in the next episode. And yeah, let's get into that. I'm gonna give you a little like update what I've done this week, and then I want to tell you about a little direction I'm taking with the podcast and the whole channel. Because changes are coming and they're ones that I like that I'm in control of that I'm excited for, which is really nice. So, yeah, let's start off with taking walks. I'm I'm a walker. I'm a walker now, but not the Walking Dead walker. I'm just like a walker. I go and take walks now. It is a part of my identity now. I've really been enjoying it. So if you're online, which I'm sure you are, I mean, you're on this podcast, I'm online. It's not uncommon knowledge that being outside is good for you or going on walks and exercising is good for you. But lately, I've been trying to minimize. I've breath stuck in my head. All I heard was, I've been trying to minimize all my stresses. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. So, anyways, I've been trying to minimize what I'm doing. Like if I don't need to drive 15 minutes to go to the gym, I'm not going to. There's a park that's close to my house. Very blessed. Sometimes when I think about the house that my parents live in and the one that I chose to be at, I'm like, out of all the houses in this metroplex, this was the one. Hi guys, I'm from Texas. Uh, and I don't know, for a long time I didn't get it, but I think now that I'm finally going along with my purpose in life, and part of my purpose is, helping people spiritually and healing. I've really put so much more emphasis and focus into going outside. And I used to just meditate outside, and that was that because I didn't like bugs, but things changed, and I'm still not the biggest fan of bugs, especially in DFW and Texas and just the South in general. Once summertime comes, it's wasp season, and there's a wasp nest bound to be somewhere. So, uh, I've been going on walks a lot, and it's not been the most consistent, like every other day for X amount of time, but it's when I can, and I adore it. I love it. I am saying this not to rub it in your face, of course not at all. But I want to express something as someone who absolutely refused to take a walk in their neighborhood or outside or just work out outside. You should try it. Like, really, especially if you're someone who is sick of driving. consider it. I know that you're like, but it's gross and it's not what everyone else does. And you're going to give me a million excuses as to why you're not going to do it. But you can either complain and do the same thing that you've been doing, or you can try something different. And I finally tried something different. And frankly, it wasn't even because I wanted to exercise outside, but as soon as I started taking walks in the park, that's when I proceeded to just want to be outside more in the first place. And I'm so blessed that my park has a sidewalk, it has trees, it has a playground. I feel like I'm very spoiled with the park that I have because the neighborhood isn't like the best area of town. It's definitely not the worst whatsoever, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. And so, uh, I just feel very blessed to have it. And I know in my soul of souls that being outside in Mother Nature, uh, around the planet and not in a concrete building or in a restaurant, it's just, I love it. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's got an energy that helps me process a lot of my day to day. It's great. And I cannot speak more highly of it. So please let this be your sign and your encouragement if you are someone who is not who is someone who identifies as I'm not going and taking walks outside, I'm not going to a park, I'm not walking around my neighborhood. Just try it. If you don't like it after you try it, fine. But try it. And if you don't like it, I don't know, maybe try a different path. Keep trying. I know it sounds a little ridiculous and a little repetitive, and it kind of contradicts the first thing that I said, which was, oh, well, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm serious. I really, really think you would like it. And I think it's so interesting because I have always been, not always, because it just wasn't on my plate of priorities when I was younger. But as soon as I came into adulthood, I realized how much I wanted parks and walkable cities and conveniently placed businesses, like instead of needing to commute everywhere. But I would never, ever take walks outside. You would not find me walking. I literally, for the past couple years, I've pretty much just gone to the gym if I wanted to take a walk. And it was okay. I mean, a walk is a walk is a walk, but it's really just about being outside in nature. The sidewalk is half a mile each lap. It's not particularly large for me. It's perfect. When I spend around 35 minutes, that's roughly 4 to 5 miles, depending on the day. So it's really nice. I would have never done this years ago, but here I am loving this park and loving the walks and loving the nature around it. And it's very family friendly, which I appreciate. It's not just a bunch of adults that show up, but it's legit family friendly. So let this be your encouragement. Go take a walk, walk in a park, walk around your neighborhood. Be safe about it, especially women. Take some pepper spray or something. Take something just in case. Just in case. You never know. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but statistics are statistics, and I will leave it at that. So, what did I want to talk about today? A little bit of changes in my business that's finally starting to come to fruition. And the course of this channel, and I'm still posting, nothing's leaving, nothing's changing. I will say, after so many podcast episodes, I will end the first season. I have not decided when that is. It's, sorry, my hair keeps itching me. It could be 25, 30. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. And even when I stop posting on the podcast, I'm still going to post on the YouTube channel. I've mentioned before, the whole purpose of this podcast has been to help everyone become more comfortable with their spiritual journey. There were so many fucking reasons that I did not lean into my spirituality more overall or consistently when I was younger. And that's in the past, right? But what I can do now is tell you about my life and my experiences and how it relates to my spiritual journey. And as simple, simple as that sounds, I think it's one of the more authentic ways to talk about spirituality. Let me pull up the definition of spirituality because I want to share my idea of it. Okay. Spirituality is the personal, subjective search for meaning, purpose, and connection to something larger than oneself, such as nature, the divine, or the universe. It often focuses on inner life, emotional well being, and transcendence, which can exist independently of or within organized religion. My personal spiritual journey exists completely independent without religion. It's not a question. It's not something that drives my day to day. I don't believe in a higher being than me having control over. I just, no. Mm-mm. And I don't even want to debate what they do. I don't believe in that. Again, for the millionth time on this channel, it's okay if you believe in that, but unless you are open to hearing another perspective, this may not be the channel for you. You are welcome here. You're welcome here. But don't look to be trying to convert people because, as I was saying, within my spiritual journey, so much of my life has just not been either what I imagined or what I pictured or what's expected or shown. Like, I mentioned this, I think, in one of my last videos, in one of the videos on this channel, maybe. And I mentioned that there was a look, back in the day, hippies had a look. And then there was this one movie that, what's her name? Lindsay Lohan was in with, I think, Megan Fox. And she had come from New York and she was like super hippie and woo woo, a little bit woo woo. That wasn't the main point of the movie. But she had a look and there was a style. And nowadays, I feel like we have a style, but we don't necessarily have like a look. Like, what does it look like to be spiritual? Can you tell me? And while that's great, I don't want to change that necessarily. I don't want to portray a specific life. I want to portray this is my life. And this is how I am choosing to live out my spirituality. And in turn, I want to do and make more videos on this channel reflecting more of my life. Not obviously, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into my personal life and my hobbies and my interest and stop putting so much of the focus on spiritual things like crystals and energy work and empathic things and just focus on the fact that I'm fucking spiritual. This is my fucking life. And I'm choosing to live my spiritual life day by day how I want. It's a blessing and just tremendously amazing that I get to live my life in that way, that it's a privilege I hold to be able to do this. And no, not everyone can do it, but many people can. They can choose to live out their spirituality the way they want. I work in a restaurant. I commute to work in a car that's not electric. It's not a green car by any means. What else? I live in Texas. All the witches here are out in the rural sticks, and the ones who aren't are hidden very well. I drink alcohol. Not a lot, but I drink alcohol. That's a very real thing. In fact, I also couldn't work my job if I didn't drink alcohol, or else I wouldn't be able to sell any alcohol because I couldn't tell you what tastes good, what goes with your meal, what bottle of wine you should. Like these are all very real things. Drinking alcohol doesn't make you less spiritual. Maybe I should just make a video one day on what doesn't not make you spiritual. Is that right? Did I say that right? Anyways, I just want to move past assumptions and stereotypes of what living a spiritual life looks like, which means my podcast is going to change a little bit. It also means my channel is going to change content a little bit. It's going to pivot a little bit, but it's what I want. I am also finally, slowly starting to get my business up and running. And it's not ever been something I'm procrastinating. It's always been like, I want to do this the right way. I want this to be intentional. And I want this to have meaning. Obviously, it doesn't mean things aren't going to go as planned. It's a business. Things will always challenge you, and things will, in fact, set you back. And that's a whole other talk. But I'm finally getting there, and I'm actually going to be able to show you what channel it is. I'm going to have a second YouTube channel, and you will find all of my healed eating disorder content on that channel. And I want to say it's so fucking important now in the age of Ozempic, in the age of quick fix, in the age of weight loss, in the age of ego, to talk about how that mental disorder affected me for years of my life. I had anorexia and bulimia for a very, very long time. The triggers that I had were everywhere. And while even though I do believe neglecting a very deep and honest and genuine part of myself did play a big role in that, um, I also believe that there are many other people on this planet who do follow the same journey as me, and that is accepting spirituality as a part of yourself. I do think it's something that I have practiced on this planet, in on this earth many times before. Maybe not this exact journey of acceptance, but a journey of exploring and curiosity. And in this spiritual journey I walk now, exploring or accepting it, sorry, I know I'm not alone. I know that there are other people on this planet who choose to harm themselves in one way or another because they do not accept a part of themselves in this earth. Spirituality is part of me. This walk, this path that I walk is inherently a part of who I am as a being and as a soul. And my eating disorder was the consequence of me not accepting it. It goes deeper than that. There's a lot to that. It's not as simple as it sounds, but that is what this other channel is for. And I healed by choosing to accept myself. There are multiple steps. There is lots of acknowledgement that I had to give to heal. But that is what's on that other channel. And I speak about it because today we have so many things that will give quick weight loss. I truly believe that if someone had showed me their life, their day to day, when I was younger, on just what it looks like to be a normal person and not someone who's just like this most successful spiritual badass who's conquering life day in, day out. Maybe I would have been a little bit more accepting of my life. And even now, it just feels right. It just feels right to tell you about the realities of my existence. I'm not saying that I'm destined or the chosen one or more important than you, but I do find that no one else is doing this, at least that I'm aware of. And technically, I mean, everyone is. Everyone who's choosing to vlog about their lives on YouTube or show the realities of their day to day, even the hard ones. Honestly, that is really showing your spiritual journey. Should you choose to follow that, then you are really showing it. It doesn't have a look. It's just living authentically, genuinely, which isn't always easy. It's very simple, but it's not always easy. So that's the direction that this channel is going in. I will link the new channel where all of my healed eating disorder content will be on. I mentioned I wanted to start life coaching, and I've finally got a solid program down for some spiritual life coaching. So if either one of those interests you, please go ahead, go to the description. I'm going to link that new channel down there, and I am going to start making some content for it. Yeah, that's what I have for you today. Um, I'm so happy you were here. And I'm happy that you are seeing what this channel will be turned into because I'm not stopping anytime soon. Not permanently, at least. Sometimes your girl gets burnt out because she puts too much on her plate, but we're learning. We are learning how to overcome doing too much. It's a lesson I'm learning, and I'm learning. So, if you didn't already, please go ahead and like the video, share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your dog walker, or if you walk the dogs, I don't know, share with the dogs. Give some dogs some spiritual enlightenment today. So, yeah, other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm so happy you were here, and until next time.